he continues to drive up this incline. And if you know, like semi-trucks are so heavy, so he's like going slow. And all of a sudden in his side mirror, a freaking werewolf, massive, starts chasing up after his truck. And he had the window rolled down, and I believe it was on the passenger side. And he said the whole head took up the entire window, and he confessed, but he told them when he got taken in, he said the devil gave him a belt that turned him into a bloodthirsty werewolf.
The devil does wear Prada, so.
The devil wears Prada, even
Prada
the Prada
belts.
All of these like ancient old like paintings and drawings of dog-headed people fighting humans or fighting along humans, depending. It's like, why would you paint people with dog heads? Why would you have drawings of them in books?
Right. Werewolves.
Dogman.
It's where it's at today.
This is a really cool one.
I know. It's fascinating to me.
It is, because then again, it's another like topic that we started looking into, and there's just like so much history. Like I was reading that it goes back 4,000 years. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, he talks about werewolves, dogmen, human hybrid dogs, people with dog heads. And then we have records of it all the way up into today. And like Park Service offices and police are getting calls all the time with people encountering these things, mainly out in the woods.
Which makes sense because so much of our forest is, restricted. You can't get to it. What was it? Was it like 5% of our forests have been explored and the rest is supposedly unexplored by, normal.
Or like regularly visited or like explored. Yeah.
So that's a good hiding place for some
for sure
dogmen.
Yeah.
Werewolves.
I'm wondering if Bigfoot and Dogman are like rivals.
Or friends.
I don't think they would be friends.
No.
Because I feel like Bigfoot are like, they're nice. And Dogmen are like across the board are just like evil, vicious, bloodthirsty creatures.
Yeah, that's
from
true.
what I've learned.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, okay, let's talk about what is a werewolf or a dogman.
So, I think there's like two types. Because there's records, there's paintings, there's even, we'll get into this, but like old like armor that is shaped for like a snout and a dog-faced head. And there's so many depictions of a human body with just a dog head. Okay, and then you also have the ones that I think are more shapeshifters, where it's a human that can shapeshift into a giant wolf, werewolf. So I think there's two different types.
Okay, so do you think there's one that like you can become it? You're like a person, but like you become it by occultic dark magic practices?
That's what I think.
And then do you believe they're just born? Like some are just born?
Born, but I think it goes back to Genesis 6 with the experiments that the Nephilim were doing, like creating like human-animal hybrids.
Yes.
Because like look at like Egyptian writings on the walls, like
Anubis.
So many dog-headed people, and then there's something today. This is still a thing. You have to look this up because it's so bizarre. It's called werewolf syndrome, and people are born with dog faces.
No,
I swear, it's like
Does it go away?
They have fur. No, they have. This is a real thing. It's rare, but like there's lots of people that have it. And they grow fur all over their face, all over like their neck and their head. Sometimes their whole body, sometimes parts of the body, but it's mainly their faces and their heads. And a lot of times they have like weird features, like a wider nose, like a bigger jaw, like just odd. And it's called werewolf syndrome. So like, are those leftover?
Like just like that.
Diluted down.
Yes.
But like leftovers from the original dog people.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Weird.
I know. It's like, it's a thing. Like today, people can be born like this.
Okay. So I'm not surprised because remember in Asia, there's like a country in Asia, and those women were being born with horns in their head.
Right. They're like goat horn. Or what kind of horn is that? Were like rhinoceros? They're like
horns?
goat, but they're not, but they're thick.
She had two.
I know.
So again, it's just like leftover remnants of Nephilim, maybe?
I'm so sorry, but like that is not just some like random like genetic malfunction. Like that is an animal mixed with a human. You don't just have a dog face
how,
or
like
horns.
genes pop up. Like I remember hearing a story about this man like back during the time of like slavery. And he was a wealthy, white man, but he got married, had a baby, and his baby he came out African American, and the guy was like blaming his wife, like, you cheated on me.
Yeah.
And she was like, I didn't. And she ended up drowning herself because she was so distraught that he thought that.
Well, she was probably disturbed too. Like, what happened to me?
And it turns out that it was just a recessive gene that popped up from many generations.
I did not know that was possible.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
But that like makes it make more sense that people can be, being born with these like weird like animal mutations because they're leftovers.
Yeah, it's just a
genetic
because you can never get rid of.
No, you can't.
So, for example, like I'm 100% Korean. My husband is not. He's white. But like, no matter how far you go down the genetic line, there will always be a very small percentage. It keeps getting smaller with every, like generation. Like, let's just say each child marries someone who's white or a different ethnicity.
Right.
Like, there will always still be Asian in that line. Even if it's very minute, but it could pop up super strong somewhere randomly down the line.
Right.
Isn't that weird?
That is crazy.
Genetics they're wild.
Yeah, they are wild. Wow.
I don't know a lot about it, so I can't speak anymore.
I don't know a lot about it either, but I think what we're saying like makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, so going back real quick. So like they have like these old, like, picture like a knight's helmet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like for jousting, things like that. Well, they had ones that were more like flat-faced and like the slit that's open was like right where a human eye would be. So it would make sense for a human head. But then at the same time, they had ones that had these big protrusions out of them. Like, honestly, like what are they trying to put inside this helmet? Because as a fighter and as a human, why would you want something sticking out so far? And then the slits are always like low and in weird spots. Like, how are they seen?
Dog eyes would be.
Yes.
Weird.
And they're weirdly shaped helmets. And there's a lot of this. And then you go back. Okay, so it was JT Follows JC and Demon Erasers did a podcast on this. It's really good. They do a deep dive into the Canaanites were dog people, which is where the word canine comes from. Yes. So there's a lot of literature talking about how they were dog-human hybrids and how the word canite comes from the word, I think, canite, which means dog. And the first dog ever recorded was the Canaan dog.
Oh.
And then he was saying how the word knights, how we spell it with a K, canites, the reason why it has that K is because it comes off of that word. Like they were dog men, like knights, like Canaanites, Canaanites, canines. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
He goes into this whole thing on it. He like deep dives into this, and he's showing all of these, paintings, drawings. Like I was saying, with the helmets being super bizarre, making no sense. Like anatomically, zero sense for a human, but it would make perfect sense if you had like a dog face. And then in the Bible, there was a woman that came to Jesus and she said her daughter was possessed. I think it was her daughter. And she was asking for him to help. And he basically like wasn't going to help her.
Yeah.
And then the disciples came over and I think they were like, Jesus, get rid of her because she was like bugging them.
Yeah.
And then he called her a dog. He called her like a dog, like the crumbs of the master. Like they don't even, or something like that. And like it was a weird verse. And it's kind of like, wow, why is he being so rude? But like then you think, well, what if she was part dog because she was a Canaanite?
Oh, weird.
Yes.
Okay, well, that would come to my next question.
It sounds so weird, but I think the world used to be really different.
I think so, too. I think a lot has been hidden from us, but I was thinking, too, as you were saying, there were regular night masks, but then dog ones, and it's like, obviously, like, we were kind of thinking, like, maybe all werewolves are, not friendly. They're probably on the other side of like
more beast,
right?
Not friendly, yeah.
But it makes you wonder, like, if they were commingling still somehow, like they lived together in
humans and dog people.
What kind of harmony?
I think the dog people and werewolves are two different things.
Okay, that would make more sense. Okay,
so I think they were cohabitating with humans, and then apparently Hitler was obsessed with teeth. Like, he would find, like, people and he would look at their canines.
Oh.
Yeah. So if, like, people had, like, really, like, strong canines, it's like that was a sign that they actually had some of this bloodline still.
Creepy.
I know.
When I was younger, like, my canines were really big and I feel like they kind of just, like, wore down.
Yeah.
As, like, I got older, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any canine in my
I don't think you have to worry about that.
Lineage.
But, like, I guess Hitler was really obsessed with this, like, whole dogman, canine, like, human thing.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, that makes more sense knowing there's Dogman and then there's Werewolf. Because remember the movie that just came out too about It's called Dogman.
The kid, the cartoon,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Why is that? You know,
yeah, like where did that come from? Mm-hmm. No, it like literally, there's so much information on it. And like, there's, like I said, like people, like police get calls all the time of people encountering these like dog creatures, like all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, did you watch the story of the trucker, the older guy?
Yes.
Okay. So
crazy.
I'll just kind of like briefly go over his story, but I think this happened, like 2017 or something like that. And he held on to this for years and didn't tell anybody because he was threatened by the government. But he was out driving through the woods, his normal like route that he would do, making a delivery, and he had car trouble. So he pulls off on the side of the road. He goes back. He sees the problem. He starts to fix it. He had a little toolkit. And when he went over there, he started hearing like metal clanging behind the tree line right next to him. And he's like, that's weird. And then all of a sudden, he said he started to feel sick. And he thought, like, wasn't sure it was coming over him, like kind of flu-ish, like kind of out of it. And he's like, whoa, this is so weird. And he just finished what he was doing, started to feel a little bit uneasy, he said. He's like, I was hearing noises. I started to feel weird. He's like, I didn't know what to think of it, but I got back in my truck and the feeling went away. Well, he continues to drive up this incline. And if you know, like semi-trucks are so heavy, so he's like going slow. And all of a sudden, in his side mirror, a freaking werewolf, massive, starts chasing up after his truck. And he had the window rolled down, and I believe it was on the passenger side. And he said the whole head took up the entire window. Okay.
That's huge.
It's clawing. Yeah, it's clawing at his truck. All the evidence of the claw marks, everything was there. He ends up pulling out a gun. He had a gun next to him, and he ends up shooting it. Okay. And continues on. And I mean, he said all happened within like just moments, but it was just wild, you know? So then he's driving up the hill, and then he thought, gosh, I should probably go back and check to see if it's dead. Because he was concerned now, like, is it going to go after someone else? So he turns around, goes back down, and there's a car pulled over on the side of the road where he had shot it, and he saw it laying on the side of the road as he was driving away.
Yeah.
And there's two people, and they got out of the car, and they were standing there, and they had, like, some sort of, like, some kind of equipment in their hands. And he saw in the back seat of their car, they had huge rifles and stuff, like, propped up. And he was like, hey, guys, like, can I help you? And they're like, oh, yeah, no, we were just looking at a bear. Because, okay, at this point, sorry, the werewolf was gone. Okay. So, and he's like, okay, like, and they were just kind of, like, odd, he said, and awkward. And he thought, like, okay, these people are up to something. This is strange. So he saw the thing, the creature was gone, whatever it was, got in his car, went on, you know, and finished the job. Brought his truck in. He had to tell them what happened, right? Because if any damage happens to the vehicle, you have to, you know, report it.
Right.
So he did. They took it away to a repair shop. He went in the next day to check on it, and they had already. And he's like, "Where's the truck?" They're like, "Oh no, we got rid of it. We're getting a new one." Yeah. And then later on, and I don't know the timeline exactly. He gets pulled over. Oh no, he's at a truck stop.
Okay.
He's in a brand new truck. And they tell him they need to inspect it. And he's so confused because it's a brand new truck. Like, you shouldn't need to inspect this. It's like, literally, it's its first voyage. So he ends up being... Maiden voyage. So he ends up being approached by some government officials. And he said that they were very harsh, very nasty with him. And they said, you killed one of our assets. And he's like, at first he's thinking, what the world are you talking about? You know? Then they like kind of explained it. And he was like, whoa. And then they said, do you have any guns in the car? And he's like, no. Well, they go and they look through the cab, and they found his big long rifle in the back. And so they confiscated it. Okay. And they threatened him and said, you never tell the story, blah, blah, blah. We can make your life a living hell. All these things. Like, we can like basically plant drugs inside your truck and get you in trouble for like, you know, dealing drugs and transporting.
That's terrible.
So he kept quiet for years.
Yeah.
Well, he finally came out, and I think it was the Lord put it on his heart, and he was given an opportunity to tell a story. And so he finally did. And during that, he had said that he had found, this was, I think, years, if not months, if not years later, he went to his truck, and there was a box, like a package in the back seat, and his truck was locked, mind you. So he's like, how did someone get something in my car? He opens it up, and he's got someone with him, too. He had a witness. It's his gun that they confiscated. They wrapped it up and put it back in his truck, like, yeah, way later. So anyways, he tells this whole story. It's fascinating.
It's creepy.
Obviously, like, I 100% believe him. Like, he's just a normal guy. Like, he's not somebody that wants to get the attention. Obviously, he's been holding on to this for years. But that's pretty recent.
Right.
Yeah.
How crazy, though.
Yeah.
It's creepy that they can do that to you, that they literally can just ruin your life in like a matter of moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I did hear like a follow-up that he even said that like his bank account was frozen for a little period of time or something.
Yep.
And so it's crazy that they can mess with you like that.
Oh, yeah, they
and
can.
Like you said, like I just feel like, why would he lie about that? And also to not believe someone who's sharing a story, like I just feel like that's super dishonoring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just because you can't wrap your brain around it being true, to just discredit someone that it couldn't be possible.
Right.
Like, I mean, I don't feel like that's super honoring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I would never want somebody to doubt what I say just because I can't explain.
Right.
It you know.
No, and you like hear the pain in his voice. You could see it in his eyes, like the way he tells the story, and he's like really recounting his experience. And you could tell he doesn't want to be telling it.
Right.
Like it's hard for him. Yeah. So that's a werewolf. So that's different than Dogman.
But I feel like good for him because he's shedding light on things of like things lurk in the darkness, right? And like it's I just feel like just because we can't explain it doesn't mean it's not real. But
100%.
I don't know. Werewolves are so weird because I feel like, they're either like going to be genetically modified or created somehow, resurrected.
Okay,
or
so
a spirit. Because remember that story of the spirit?
Yes, a werewolf spirit being cast out. Yeah, tell me about that.
So this man, he was on the, I want to say it was the, what was it? Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, look.
Okay, here it is. So his name's Pastor Dave Bryan from the Church of Glad Tidings in California. And he shared a crazy testimony of a deliverance because he's a deliverance minister. So this is what he was saying was he basically cast out a werewolf spirit. And again, kind of just going back to Genesis 6 of how they were, combining genetics and stuff. Like that's where you kind of get your half whatever human fish, half goat, half human, whatever, all of those combinations.
Yeah.
It makes sense because when God destroyed the earth with the flood, those spirits, the Nephilim spirits, they were now called evil spirits, right? So anyways, that makes total sense. Like if you could be, get a oppression from just a regular demon that was a Nephilim, like why couldn't you have oppression from something, that was like,
oh yeah, if it's still a spirit.
Right.
Yeah.
So my mind was kind of going there, but he was just saying that this man's name was Professor Wolf, and his family had migrated from Russia, and when they moved here, they changed their last name to Wolf. So, I mean, I feel like that's just drawing attention to yourself with that name, but I'm sure maybe they chose that name because of his ability to shapeshift, right?
Wow.
So it said while they were living near the Russian borders, soldiers would come over and rape, pillage, and plunder their village. And they couldn't do anything about it. So his grandmother, who was a witch, knew how to do a ritual to invite a were spirit into her grandson. And this would be triggered by fear or anger. So kind of like
the Hulk.
Yes. So anyways, he was a professor and he basically was sharing this story with the Pastor David. And he did get delivered from that, but basically he was just telling him like, I will transform. And he was like, well, what happens when you get angry at school? And he's like, I literally just have to leave. I have to just go as quickly as I can. Cause he's like, I can feel it starting to come on.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Well, it's so wild. And his wife talks about he's transformed in front of her. It's absolutely terrifying.
I wonder if it's the same person.
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
Was she Asian? Cause he said that his wife was a little Asian.
Maybe it was. But I heard someone telling the story of them.
Okay.
But I think they did say, he said that she was super cute and little. I think she was a little Asian lady.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
them. I think it is
okay.
them. It has
I was
to
like,
be.
it can't be more than one professor rape, but that'd be wild.
Oh, yeah, because he said he was a
surprised.
professor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Professor
that's got to be him.
Wolf.
Professor Wolf. That's right. Yeah, crazy.
What a wild story.
I know.
So that's one way to become a werewolf. Right?
Yep, I think it's being possessed. Also, I feel like, okay, let's go back to the trucker guy.
Okay.
The government said it was an asset of theirs. Okay, and also let's talk about how in the world did they, so they appeared out of the tree line, out of the woods. Yes, they could have just traveled, but he talks about that weird feeling that came over him. So I'm thinking portals, woods, werewolves coming through the portals, and that's what happened.
Yeah, that That wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm. And what's the government doing with these things?
I don't know.
You know? Like, I think they're using them as, like, you know, like a guard dog, like, to seek out and, like, because they're killers is what they're I think, made for. They're just vicious and they're huge. And, yeah, I know we talk a lot about Nathan Reynolds, but, like, his story, he's got so much experience in this kind of stuff. He talks about werewolves. He's like, yeah, they're absolutely real, and they breed them, and a lot of these things live in caves.
How sad. Oh, I thought you were going to say cages.
Caves.
Probably cages, too.
But I don't care. They're evil. They can live in cages.
I know.
No, but these things are, like, vicious. I mean, even Katie, is it Katie Souza? Yeah, she had a crazy incredible woman. Yeah. Her testimony is incredible.
Yeah.
And now she works with and helps people get deliverance from, you know, demons and, like, just things, drugs, whatever it is. And she was in Idaho, actually. And she didn't say the city because she was talking about certain people that she was staying with, and she didn't want to get them, like, involved in the story publicly. But she was out, and it was winter, and she was walking down the drive. Yes.
Ew.
And a werewolf chased her down.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. And she was saying, too, that, like, in this instance, this werewolf was more like a punisher.
Yeah. They're like agents sent out to, like, kill you, punish you. Yeah.
For
like,
stepping out of line, basically.
Yeah. She said that they don't just go after, like, normally, like, just normal people. So it's kind of weird with the trucker story. Like, that wasn't, like, typical of them. She said they're literally, like, used to seek out, people that they're told to take out.
Well, and the guy who was a trucker, I think he had a background in, like, military and stuff. So it makes you wonder, like, maybe he saw something, heard something.
That's true.
You know,
that's a good point.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like there's always a reason kind of when they're very specific on what they do, I feel like. So it makes me curious of, like, I wonder if maybe he had information or more, you know, they thought he may have had
that
something.
one makes sense.
So,
or, like, instead of him just being at the wrong place at the wrong time, he was targeted.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. Like, it reminds me, too, of, like, there are pictures of, they're like priests, but then they have like the dog head.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why?
And I'm like, do they speak? Like, can they talk? Or are they just like, yes.
Wait, I never thought about that. Are they speaking a normal language, like a human?
I don't know. Or is
that's like a weird visual?
Or is it like Bigfoot where they have their own like weird language?
Wow, weird.
So I don't know. But
well, we do have that firsthand testimony from your brother's friend in Mexico that saw a freaking werewolf, dog-headed man. It was a man
climbing
up
the window
with a wolf head. Crazy. I'm this stuff is happening. I mean, okay, another thing I was learning about the Salem witch trials, during that same time frame, they were having werewolf trials.
That's, so like, you don't hear about that.
Hundreds of people, I know, hundreds of people were accused, and there are court records. There are articles about this.
So it's real. You can dig this up yourself.
Yes, you can. You can look all this stuff up. It's real. And there was like one man in particular. It was in Germany. And he confessed to killing like, I don't know. I think it was, let me see. He ended up killing, I think, I don't know. A lot of people, but including children, pregnant women, and 25 years of murders. That's what it was.
Okay.
And he claimed, so he ends up getting finally caught. And they figured out who it was, and he was a werewolf. And he was killing all of these people, and he confessed. But he told them when he got taken in, he said the devil gave him a belt that turned him into a bloodthirsty werewolf. I mean, the devil
does wear Prada, so.
The devil wears Prada, even the Prada belts. Beware. Yeah, that's a good point. So, yeah, I mean, that's like all recorded, like it's a real thing. And then, of course, he was, executed like varies, like, it was a slow and painful death for him. But there was like all these, now we think of them as tales, but there was talks in all these villages of like kids, like you don't go out at night, you don't go in the woods alone because there's werewolves that will hunt you down. Yeah.
Ew. Well, like Little Red Riding Hood.
I know.
So.
Yeah. It's like that too.
Ew.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I know.
Well, I think too, it's interesting that he was given a belt. Again, I think a lot of that when you can shapeshift, because that happens everywhere. Like every continent, there's some sort of shaman or witch doctor, and they can shapeshift into an animal of some sort. Different areas have different animals, I think, just based on the region they're in. But again, I think that's just like dark magic, like occultic, demonic practices.
I think so.
So I guess, I mean, that just makes sense to me in my mind that like you're summoning up some sort of human animal hybrid to be able to transform into that. So I don't know. But I think too, during the trials of the werewolves and the witches, like I think a lot of times people were just also throwing people under the bus because they had like an issue with their neighbor or like some sort of like, I don't like that. They're a witch, you know, they're a werewolf. So
yeah, it could be some of that too.
Our neighborhood would be so empty if that was still going on.
They're all witches and
no
werewolves.
one would exist on my street.
That's funny. But I mean, I'm sure there was some of that.
Yeah.
But like not all of it could be that. I think there has to be some like actual like real, I don't know, like realness to this.
Yeah. I mean, based on the cartoon of Dogman, they literally take the dog's head and the man's body and they like sew them together.
They surgically combine them.
They surgically do that. So maybe that's another.
But no way. But if you cut off the head of a person and then sewed a dog head on it, your body would have already been dead because your head's off.
Yeah, I guess.
And then, but then maybe you get possessed with like a spirit.
Resurrected.
Well,
you would think it would reject it too. You would think that like they'd have to be on like some kind of medication so it didn't reject
the dog head.
Yeah, because even if you get like a transplant, you have to take that medication so your body doesn't reject the new organ. So I don't know.
Something to look into. No,
I don't like it.
But there's just, it's crazy. And like I was thinking about the people today that are born with werewolf syndrome. Like I wonder if they have like different like instincts.
Maybe.
Like better hearing.
I wonder if the government tries to come and collect them as like their, you know.
Maybe some of them, but a lot of them are just living amongst us. Like I know it's rare, but they're still like, if you look it up online, like you're going to be blown away. It's like, it's fur. It's not like human hair. Like, oh, they're just have a hair disorder.
They're furry.
It's fur. It's like animal fur.
Do you remember the movie Jumanji with Robin
Williams?
Williams?
He starts turning into a monkey. The
kid.
Kid.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
So maybe that, but not a monkey. Just like a dog. So again, I feel like they always tell you
here's
little
what's weird too. It's like all of these like ancient old like paintings and drawings of dog-headed people fighting humans or fighting along humans, depending. It's like, why would you paint people with dog heads? Why would you have drawings of them in books?
Right.
Like fighting wars and all that stuff. And then some of them, there's pictures of dog men wearing like their armor masks, and then they have huge ears sticking out the top, like dog ears sticking out the top.
Okay, for dogs, so do dogs come from the Canaanites then?
It says the very first dog was the Canaan dog. Okay. And it's funny, when you look up the Canaan dog, he looks like the you know the Dogecoin dog? You know, like Dogecoin?
No.
Okay, the Doge dog? No. Okay, well, it's like their logo, but it looks just like that.
Oh.
It's like just like a normal looking dog, but apparently that's like the first dog.
That's weird that it's on a coin.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're...
Oh, wait, like nothing's like coincidence.
No, exactly.
So they probably knew what they were doing when they picked that dog.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to look that dog up then. But,
yeah.
Because even... We kind of touched on this briefly. I feel like everything just is so interwoven together. But remember when we were talking about the people that didn't have heads and their faces were on their chest?
Humpty Dumpty people?
Yes.
That's another thing.
I know.
What is that?
But I don't know. But I was just thinking like the dog-headed people, that was all around the same time, right before the Dark Ages. And so after that, you don't really see anything more about that. I guess the witch trials and stuff
happened later.
That happened a little bit later. So maybe there's
but we still have werewolves today, but I don't know that we don't have so much of like the true dog people.
Well,
we have people that have I think some of it, like we were saying, with the werewolf syndrome. But like Humpty Dumpty people, all that stuff, I do really feel like the world used to look so different. Because there's like pictures and drawings of all these things, like weird different creatures that don't exist anymore. But I think that they were wiped out. Mud flood.
You think so?
I think during like mud flood time.
Okay, so that's
my theory.
Erased,
I don't know.
Basically
erased.
Do you feel like that was part of the spirits or whatever that are coming back as these, you know, being cast out of like a were spirit, you know,
like Nephilim spirits coming back as different things, or
no, just like those things if they were wiped out
and their spirits are still around.
Yeah. Do you think those are like Nephilim spirits, or do you feel like that is its something
That's a good
different.
question.
You know, because
That's a
I'm
really
just
good
like,
question.
I wonder.
Yeah, I don't really know.
So yeah, let's talk about a little bit about, you mentioned Nathan Reynolds, so let's talk about that because his story is crazy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but
he calls them what, skinwalkers?
He said like skinwalkers is another name for them because skinwalkers are like shapeshifters.
Okay.
I know that there's Skinwalker Ranch, that place. There's all the paranormal activity and like there's like real. Yeah.
Where is that at, in Wyoming?
No, I think it's Utah.
Oh, it is Utah. Okay.
I think so. I hope I'm not wrong.
Too far.
It's not too far. Yeah. So Skinwalker Ranch. But yeah, he was saying like werewolves and all that. It's like they're basically like warlocks and witches will do like rituals to create these, like or curse somebody, or someone could take that on like if they want to. And then I heard that there was a man, I think he must have become a Christian, but he said that he used to change into a werewolf and it was the most painful thing.
Oh.
Right. Like it was so painful when they like, and I would imagine.
Yeah.
And then you think about like, okay, like Nebuchadnezzar in the Bible, he was cursed into a beast. He was turned into a beast.
Right.
So his hair grew out. He got like claws, all the things. So like it's in the Bible.
Right. For 7, I think it was like 7 years.
I think it was. Yeah. He was a beast. Yeah. I was thinking of Beauty and the Beast, the movie. Oh. He's like a giant werewolf.
That's true. I never thought about that. He was cursed.
He was cursed by a witch.
So again, occultic practices, it all ties back to that. At the end of the day, it always goes back to like...
Black magic is crazy. Like I think there's so much that they can do, but it always takes some sort of like sacrifice. Like he was saying, Nathan was saying like they'll like these warlocks will go into graveyards and like dig up bones of people and grind them up and use them for their like potions and doing things like that, or like killing people for sacrifice to be able to have these powers. Yeah.
It's so morbid.
Like, it's extremely morbid. It's horrible. Not fun to talk about, but it's like you can't talk about werewolves and Dogman and all these things without like tying it back to like how is this happening? And the only plausible conclusion is it's just satanic, rituals that people are getting involved in.
Yeah, and I mean it really is. If you go, I mean it goes all the way back to the beginning, right? When they were corrupting the flesh, the Watchers were, corrupting the flesh. So again, it's like even with Nebuchadnezzar, the Watchers are the ones who
cursed him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and they're the ones that taught all the black magic.
Yes, and I don't think they're all bad. Like not all Watchers are bad.
Oh, really?
No, like
you don't think the 200 Watchers are all bad?
I mean, no, those ones are, but there's more than 200.
Oh, I didn't know there was more.
Yeah, so I feel like it's like those were the ones
that came down and messed everything up. Yes. Obviously, they're the bad ones. Oh, yeah.
So I know I was listening to something and it was talking about how if we really knew how much like supernatural activity was around us and we could see it, we would probably just be
you probably could die of a heart attack.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like for every person, let's just say like, and I don't know, I'm not saying this is like biblical knowledge, but I'm just saying hypothetically, like if you had like 1 or 2 guardian angels, imagine for every person that's ever lived, you know what I mean? Like that's a lot.
There's
like,
tons of angels, I think, all the time.
Yeah, and also it just talks about like the stars in the sky or like the number of angels. Like that's a lot. Like and maybe a third of those fell, right, with Satan.
Right.
But 2/3, like I mean, that's so many. Like
yeah,
it's like a ton.
Yeah,
like
well, and I'm sure some of them are like they're all in different realms at different times too. Like some are like more in like the realm, the veil right behind where we are. Some are in heaven. Some are probably like doing stuff. Who knows? Maybe they're going down to like Sheol, to hell, to do things down there. Like I don't know. I mean, Jesus went down there.
Yeah, I don't know.
They got took everything back.
We just don't. We don't know.
It's just it's so and that's the thing. Like I think. I like just admitting that though. Like we don't know. And like I think there's a lot of people that claim to like know everything and they put everything, I've said this before.
Take their lives on it.
It's just like, and it's like they think that they have like the whole picture, figured out. But it's like, no, I think it's just so much more wild and nuts than like we can ever imagine.
I think so.
Because like even people that do have the gift of seeing into the spiritual realm, like there are people born with this gift, they will say like, yeah, there are stuff happening around us all the time and that we're being protected all the time because we're actually literally being attacked all the time.
Oh yeah.
So that's just like wild to think about. And he's like, they actually have real battles. Like angels will actually fight with like weapons and swords and all those things. Well, the Bible talks about this.
Well, and the crazy thing too is like you have an angel and an angel fighting but because they can't die,
Mhm.
like it's literally just like one is like, okay, I've won. So
Takes
it's
over the other.
Yeah, so it's
Correct.
never, it's like a never ending thing because it's
Right.
not like, oh, well, like I killed you and I've won or this territory is now mine. It's
Right.
literally just like a
Mhm.
constant like back and forth tug of war, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like, I don't think we realize as humans like how much say we really have too and like what is happening around us.
Mhm.
Because people will invite, you know, the bad spirits in their lives, like not even knowing it sometimes. And, you know, I think angels, like, they kind of work with our permission as well.
Yeah, that's a really
Like
good
what
point.
we allow them to do and not do. And
Mhm.
so that kind of probably dictates like how much that they're, I don't know, fighting for us and protecting us. But I don't know if I've talked about this yet on the podcast, but since we're on angels, which is so off topic,
Not really, because
if I told this story, you
it's
could
the other
stop
side
me.
of demons, right? Like
That's
angels,
true.
demons, like were spirits. I think it all
Right.
kind of
They all
goes
tie together.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so when I was probably like, I think I was maybe 12, maybe 13, I was hiking with my family, and we were coming down this path. We had climbed to these huge rocks, and we just climbed up them. And what was really weird, as we were starting up this path, there was a Dalmatian dog.
Oh, cute.
Dead.
Oh,
No.
not cute.
Dead.
Okay, never mind.
In the middle of a circle someone made or multiple people made of rocks going all the way around it. Like it was a sacrifice.
So sad.
And I remember as a kid looking at it and knowing that's what it was because the way it was cut open, everything, like you could tell it was sacrificed there. So something evil has obviously happened there or is happening there. People use that area to do rituals.
Yeah.
So we get to the top of this big rock. We're up there and then we decide to go back down. And we were with my brothers and my cousins and they end up all going down before me. And I'm running down and it's kind of a steep path and it's like kind of sandy. So, slippery sand.
Mhm.
And there's like big rocks sticking out of it. So you kind of have to dodge them around. And my dad was behind me. So he's watching me run in front of him. He's behind me. And I end up tripping on a rock and I'm falling head first, like going down. And I see a rock my face is about to literally just smash into.
Oh, no.
And I'm watching it and I'm just like flying into it. And all of a sudden, both my arms get flung up above my head. I get picked up. I float through the air.
No.
And I get rested back down on my feet.
No, you did not.
Yes.
Did it hurt?
No. It happened all so fast. And I remember like standing there and I turned around and looked at my dad and his eyes were like huge, like staring at me like, he was so like shocked. I was shocked, like what just happened? And we're like, it had to have been an angel.
Whoa.
Because
100%.
I went from flying downhill, about to hit a rock. And then all of a sudden my arms get whipped up above my head and I get picked up and like brought backwards and then set down on the ground.
Whoa.
Yeah. So like guardian angels are absolutely real. Mm-hmm.
Were you freaked out?
No, I was more just like,
did that just happen?
I was just more like in awe of what just happened. Like it was like almost just like so cool. Like,
yeah.
I was, shaken up from the experience, but I wasn't weirded out by the angel. I was like, oh my gosh, like it made me feel honestly just like
safe.
So loved.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, like God like
that's
saved
amazing.
me from that. Like that's amazing. Yeah. I ended up writing about it in a school paper and stuff once. And
wow.
But yeah, so they're real. They're around us all the time.
I mean, and that's a good I feel like that's a good note to like end on too, of just like it being like positive of like not end, but just like it's good to include that in, with like it's not all just darkness. It's not all just evil.
Yeah.
Like God is still bigger and he's still, sovereign. And even though there are these horribly dark things happening, like he's still protecting.
Yeah, always.
He's still protecting you and watching out, if whether you know it or not.
Yeah, if you run into a werewolf, just call on God. Just send his angels.
For real. And I think, I don't know, the more I think about it too, I just feel like it's his mercy of like, if they are like Nephilim spirits or whatever transforming these people, or if they are just genetically born like this because they are remnants of that and they can't be freed from whatever it is.
Sure.
If they call on the name of Jesus, like they can still be saved, right?
100%.
And so I feel like, wow, like he made a way even for things that he never intended to happen, if that were the case, right? Like, because I think if there's any part of humanity in you, like, I think that the Lord is like,
oh, yeah. I agree. You're redeemable.
100%.
Well, Jesus came and saved the world.
Yes.
He saved the world. He didn't say, I'm only saving purebred humans, or I'm only saving like this race of humans. Like, it's the world's.
And so I
came to save everything and everyone.
Even broadening your mind to think like, okay, well, in heaven one day, there are going to be things that you will not be able
What if there's Dogman in heaven?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, what if? Like, obviously, we know the angels and stuff are super weird looking, you know, like they're covered with like eyeballs and
like
stuff.
The cherubim and stuff?
Yes, like their eyes
covered
are like everywhere, right? And so it's like, I mean, I know this is going to be such a stretch for some people, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm just trying to like not put God in a box of like, he loves the world. You know what I mean? He loves humanity. And so I think.
Well, it's not for us to judge who's worthy and who's not.
Right.
That's not for us.
Right. Yeah. But I just think it's cool that like that redemption plan included everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Regardless of like what bloodline you come from, regardless of like what
for sure
your DNA makeup is.
Yeah,
you know,
super cool.
Anyways, I think that's cool. So that's such a crazy story. Where was that at? Was that here?
It was in between California and Utah. We had what was happening is we were on a road trip and we wanted to stretch our legs. So we just pulled off and went hiking because I used to love to hike. I would like rappel, all that stuff. So yeah, that's all it was. We just got out to get some fresh air and move our legs, and that happened.
Well, and the fact that it happened where so much demonic activity was happening.
Well, then I was like, was it a demonic thing that tried to?
No, because I don't think they would save you.
Well, maybe, but maybe it was a demonic attack, and then an angel came in and saved me. Or maybe I just really tripped.
They're like, not today.
Not today, Satan. I probably actually did this trip because I remember it was slippery, and I was running downhill, and I was just running. I was going fast. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so crazy. Do you remember that guy who was in the army or some sort of military? I don't think it was army. It was military, but I don't remember which branch of military. And he was basically, he was like, they put the Neuralink chip in my brain. And now he's like transforming, like he can like shapeshift.
Like a lizard?
Yes. And he like has like these, you know, like on his elbows, like something's like his elbows and joints are just like.
It's really gross.
Yeah.
He grosses me out.
And
he's like making a spectacle of it too. Like he's, you know,
he's promoting
Neuralink.
Yeah.
But like, why would that like appeal to anybody? That's creepy.
Know, but I only bring it up because it makes me wonder, like they've got to be doing stuff to people like this type of like genetic mutation type of thing. You know what I mean? Like underground somewhere.
Oh yeah.
In the dumbs.
100% believe that.
It's like that's so sad that they're doing horrific things to people. And
I feel like that guy could be a reptilian though, masquerading as a human just to promote Neuralink. What do you think about that theory? Just because like he's so I just like almost feel like somebody that like if you were medically experimented on and it's making your eyes turn into like weird lizard eyes,
freaked out.
You would be terrified.
Yeah.
Like he's showing things that are happening to his body that are so grotesque.
Yeah.
Like if that was a real human, like you would be scared.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be like, oh, everyone look what I can do.
That's a really good point.
I kind of feel like he is like a reptilian and now he's, you know, being blasted, you know, and to promote Neuralink and all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what I think. That guy's weird though.
He is
I
very
forget his
weird.
name on Instagram, but yeah, he goes around and he just basically shows people like, look what my eyes can do. And they'll just like shift color and size and shape. Like,
or he has things like coming out of his
head.
Yeah, his
like,
elbows.
It doesn't seem fake because he's doing it in front of people on the streets. So something is up with this guy.
Yeah.
I just think he's a reptilian.
That would make sense, actually. That would actually probably make more sense. They're like, we're going to just have you pretend to be.
Pretend that we did something to you. Like we, did an experiment and made you like this. But really, it's just a demonic thing. It's a demon.
Yeah.
Who's now,
Oh, yeah. That's a good point, actually. I think that's
bizarre.
True.
He doesn't seem like he's got human. His eyes seem really dark and like blank. Okay, and I've seen this before. I don't know if you ever have, but this was like several years ago. But I was just walking through the grocery store, like not being suspicious of anyone, like literally just shopping. And I walked past this guy. He was taller. He was a white guy, kind of skinny. And we just passed each other and he looked down at me. And his eyes freaked me out. They were so dark and dead. Like, I've never seen this in my life. And it gave me the chills. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think that was a human. Because, like, when you look at someone's eyes, you could tell they're human.
Right.
And I've never seen that ever, like, since, never before. But it just, like, we made eye contact, and I just, like, got shivers down my spine. The guy looked like a demonic person, like just black and dark and dead. Like there was no soul behind his eyes.
Was he dressed like normal?
Dressed like a normal person, just like a white, tall, kind of skinny guy. And he walked past me, he looked down at me and made eye contact. And I was like, I don't know what I saw, but I just knew like I saw something. And I was like, I've never, and it wasn't like I was looking for something. Like it just came to me.
Yes. You just know.
I was like, it freaked me out.
Sometimes I think you just know. Like,
and he didn't have a cart or anything. He was just like walking.
Weird.
I don't know. It was just super weird. I'll just never forget it. I was like, I don't know.
Where was that? What store?
It was in Albertsons.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it was like kind of between like, kind of by the registers are on my right and then like the aisles are on my left. And I was just like walking like, through that alley and he was walking towards me and it was just the weirdest thing. Never had that before. But I think he must have been some sort of like NPC demonic, person walking around. He was just walking around like with no card, nothing in his hands. Like, I don't know if he just entered the store. Maybe that's why. But all I can say to that is it just gave me the creeps and I have never seen dead eyes.
Weird.
They're just dead.
I think that's just discernment, right? Like
I think it was a spiritual discernment for me. Yeah.
Yeah, you just know things that like you can't explain in the natural. It's just,
Yeah.
So that happened to me the other day. I mean,
what?
Since we're talking about witches and werewolves.
Oh, what happened?
I just passed someone and I literally just knew like that person is a witch. Like they are doing spells and incantations and just weird stuff.
Was it a neighbor?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No. It wasn't a neighbor. No, it wasn't.
Tell me what was it that you felt?
She didn't look weird or anything. It just was like
a feeling.
Yeah, I just looked at her and I just knew, I just knew that's, I don't know.
I don't think people realize how many witches and warlocks there are.
There's a lot.
I do not think people realize. It is a huge community.
It is. And I think a lot of people
they could cast spells
too.
on people.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I didn't talk to the person or anything, but I just
you just had an uneasy feeling.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I feel like that there's got to be truth to that because unless you're like being sus and you're like looking into someone and like hoping to find something bad, like if it just happens, like in passing like that and you're just minding your own business,
right?
I feel like you probably were right. Like there was something there, demonic presence, darkness that you just felt.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's happened like a number of times before and like I've somehow like, got confirmation like, yes, that was true, that was accurate, or yes, that was happening. So it was kind of just that feeling that it's like I've felt this before. So and like the times in the past, it's like been right. So it's like I've kind of just learned to trust like that feeling of like, this is.
Well, like I've had that walking into homes. Where I've walked into someone's home and it's like I feel a darkness.
Yes.
100%. Or a certain building or certain even restaurant, even certain shopping centers. There's just like one in California. My mom and I agreed. Hated it. It had the bad juju. I don't know what it was, but I don't care what store was in there. I never liked being in there. I would just avoid the stores. And I never really understood why. We even ended up getting a Trader Joe's in there at one point, and I still didn't like going in there.
It was just
There's just something about that particular area that was just so uncomfortable. And I don't think everyone has that sort of spiritual discernment. I feel like I've always been really sensitive to the spiritual since I was a kid, like very connected. So I think I just have hyper awareness. Like sounds like you do too.
Yeah.
So it's just
and they're doing things to like dumb that down too. Like our water and
with the fluoride.
The fluoride in the water. They're spraying our skies, Wi-Fi, everything mixed together is literally just.
It lowers our frequency, so we're less in tune with everything around us.
And I feel like it sounds like woo-woo to use these words, but we don't have any better words to say.
Seriously. And
so it's like, let's just take it back.
I'm literally so over people thinking that it's woo-woo and weird. Yeah. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, it's all true. Frequency's real. It's all scientific. If you want to be sciencey about it, like, this is all real stuff.
I just wish it wasn't so, like,
I know.
Like,
I know. I wish
certain words have gotten, like, hijacked and taken over. And so it's like, you hear those
vibration
words.
And your frequency and your aura. Like, all that's real. It just did get hijacked and turn into something that, was, used for, not the kingdom of God. And but it's all his creation.
Exactly.
And it all affects us. Like, we're very, like, in tuned creatures. Like, I know this sounds weird to some people, but I don't really care again. But, like, people will talk to their plants and their plants will move. And, like, go out to touch them and things like that.
Yeah. Well, you've seen the experiment where they, like, speak negative words over water or like strawberries. I saw one where they did it over strawberries and like those strawberries just like decayed a lot faster than the ones that they were speaking life over. So again, it's like the Bible's right. Like it goes back to like power of life and death is in the power, right?
It's in your tongue.
It's in your tongue. So what we say, and I did hear like a fascinating thing. I think it was Dr. Laura was talking about how like your words never really, like I may have talked about this, but like your words never really go away. So the things you speak,
they stay in like the atmosphere forever. There's just like a that's so crazy.
I know. So then you're like,
there's a lot of likes out there from you and I floating around.
No.
At least it's a good word.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, that's what happens when you were born in the Valley Girl
in the 90s
era.
Yeah, in Valley Girl era for sure. Like totally. But yeah, no, I think I think all this stuff is so cool and fascinating. I love learning about it, and I like taking it back, like you said. Like all these things that were stripped from us, we're taking back, and we're learning like how much power we have, not within ourselves, it's in Christ, but it's in us. And I think we're starting to realize that again as a people. So it's exciting.
It is exciting.
I mean,
it's time.
And I think it is time. And I think like going back to like werewolves and things like that, there's so many people are seeing these things more and more, I think. So I think this stuff might start to become more mainstream. Like just like aliens now, the government's like, oh yeah, aliens are a thing, and UFOs. Like watch in like 20 years and be like, oh yeah, werewolves are a thing, and like all that.
Or even sooner.
Like I feel like they're just gonna start making it like so like, oh yeah. Like just it's like so nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay.
I mean, all the movies like Ant-Man, like I'm sure that
Ant-Man.
You know,
I wonder if there really was an Ant-Man.
No, there's like, so somebody was saying there's like, since we're touching on supernatural alien stuff, but 4 types of aliens. There's the grays. There's like an insect type looking one.
Oh, yes, there is.
Remember? And then I don't remember what the other ones were.
One's kind of like reptilian looking.
And then
and there's a 4th one.
Yeah, I can't remember what that one is. Yeah. But insect man, I will not be okay with that one.
Oh, if he's a spider.
Ew.
I'm out.
Or like a praying mantis or something. Or
yeah, but like you think about it, like if the Nephilim were doing like human animal hybridization experiments, they could have been doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, it said all flesh was corrupted.
Oh.
So.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know. I mean, this can like go way further than just Dogman.
I know. Well, and I know we touch on pandas and we'll do more on that, but you know, like it's just even that, you know, since they haven't been around in, what did you say, the 1900s?
1900 or no, the late 1800s.
Okay, so the late 1800s
recordings of pandas.
So let's just say hypothetically they aren't real and they were genetically created in a lab. That technology's been around way longer than what we're being told it was around, you know, for. So there's also that.
It's a great connection there.
So Wolfman, pandas
aren't real.
Created in a lab.
Dogmen. Yeah. I just like, I think my favorite connection with this one was like the canines.
Yeah,
the
that's
knights,
crazy.
The dogmen. Like that is just wild to me.
I need to go.
I want to do a deep dive into that.
Yeah.
We should do that.
That would be really cool to do that because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Gives it a whole new meaning.
It does.
So I was just thinking too, because it's like everything that the Bible says is basically what we're told not to do. Like the Bible says to salt your food. Every meal, it's like salt your food.
But not table salt. That's the problem.
Not table
salt. You have to use good sea salt.
Not sodium chloride. NaCl, we need, sea salts. Like from a good source with no heavy metals.
Correct.
So we're supposed to salt our food, but yet we're told low sodium, low sodium, low sodium. Don't eat salt, you know? But it's like that with everything. Like the more I'm like reading in the Bible, the more I'm like, wow, everything it tells you to do is like what we're being told not to do. And so it's just one of those things of like, you've got to read it to know what it says.
I know. And I'm like, you know, you think about like all the books they took out of the Bible. I think so much of that was like some serious information that really would change humanity and that they took out. Like the Ethiopian Bible has all this stuff in it.
I think people are like waking up a little bit and they're reading it. And even if they're only viewing it as like a historical text, they're still getting information and it's still connecting so many dots.
Yeah.
Even if they're not accepting it fully as like, this should be in the Bible, which I mean, I do believe that Enoch should be in the Bible, but that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people.
Well, I think if it was in there originally, then yes.
Yeah. And it was preserved for a reason.
Yep.
So, it was amongst the Dead Sea Scrolls with full, you know, books.
I know.
And Psalms. And so those things are all word for word of what we have now. So why would that one particular parchment or whatever scroll be anything but accurate as well. So those are kind of my thoughts.
Oh, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was good.
Yeah.
I think
so.
I love dogs. I don't the real ones.
I'm gonna go home and look
at
my
person.
dog.
I'm not a dog
man.
Now. Okay, dog people, not dog men. There's a difference.
I know. I'm gonna go home and look at
your
dogs and be like,
Your dogs kind of look like the canine dog, but different color.
Do they? They're a super old breed.
Yeah.
So they've been around a long time.
Probably like They're
like a Russian breed, actually.
Dogs are so cool. Russia with all the werewolves and stuff.
I know.
See,
they are spazzy, so
they are, but they're harmless and they're so sweet. They can't be werewolves.
Okay, yeah, they're not werewolves, but all right. Well, until next time.
Until next time.